Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded. In the last episode, we debated whether I was going to restart the series or, somewhat change things up a little bit. And it seems like the general consensus is no for the moment, which is, I suppose, I'm not sure whether it's surprising because I was kind of in two minds myself. So I very much appreciate your input in regards to that decision, and we will be going forward for the moment, and we will see how things end up. I have double checked, by the way, the various settings, and everything seems to be on default. I've also taken a look at Chaos's tweaks, and the tooltip actually does say that companions' default death chance on realistic is 99.5%. I'm talking about 0.5% as far as I'm aware is there chance of death. That seems kind of weird to me. I'm not entirely sure actually at this point what that means, the percentages, but very easy is 1.5%, easy is 1%, and realistic is 0.5%. So I'm not entirely sure what that means in general, but it basically just means we are playing on default now, and if we do, have a situation where a death occurs, then there you go. That's just how it's going to have to be. Anyway, I'm just going to do what we can here, and we will be helping out someone that was nearby, attempting to potentially assist the nearby Lanark Hen as well, or what was it? Yes, I think Lanark Hen was nearby, and hopefully we can maybe do something here. Now, I'm actually going to be crafting a two-handed sword in this episode as well. I would very much like to do that because it's been a while. So, well, to be fair, it's not really been that long since I've used a two-handed sword, because I did use one, I think, in the previous series as well, but two-handed is just such a fun experience in this game. I don't know why, but they've really done a fantastic job with how good it feels to wield a two-handed weapon, and same thing with thrown weapons as well. They've done an amazing job with thrown weapons, really have, and that's coming from me, right? That's coming from me because I personally am not a big fan of thrown weapons, or I used to be not such a big fan, because that was, Warband. Warband had these throwing weapons that I just could not use for the life of me. I have no idea why, but I was just awful with them. And I was actually terrible with Bannerlord's thrown weapons as well, all things considered, I was really bad with them. And if you see some of my earlier series on Bannerlord, you'll see exactly what I mean by that. But the point is, I have come to love them. I think they are super fun to use, and in general, I think that they are some of the most satisfying weapons to use as well, because whenever you get a hit with one of these javelins or something like that, whenever you get one of these javelins to hit someone in the head, or even if you hit them in the body, there's that hilarious ragdoll effect that happens when that actually, does occur, when you actually do get a hit, which is often when you have a decent amount of thrown weapon skill, of course. But generally, it's just so satisfying in comparison to the other thrown weapons. And I mean, that's not to say that getting a really cool bow shot and hitting someone from a really large distance away, yeah, I think that could definitely be really fun and, satisfying as well. But there's just a really satisfying sound accompanied with the thrown weapon itself hitting something, and it kind of makes you think of a ballista more like, because technically a ballista is firing things like this, firing big chunks of wood with a sharp pointy end. It kind of has a similar feel to it, I suppose. Obviously not the same thing, but because your arm is certainly not the same as some kind of mechanism. But the point is, thrown weapons, they've done a fantastic job with them in Bannerlord, and I love using them. It's actually kind of amazing because I've basically had a huge U-turn in what I was actually thinking way back, because obviously when I first started playing Bannerlord, I thought to myself, okay, this is, this is a sort of standard warband character build that I'm going to go for, which is obviously, one-handed shield, bow, arrows. That's it. Standard, Anyway, I am going to be taking scouting, athletics, and roguery. Someone told me that roguery skill, they actually gain a really good perk later on in the roguery tree, and I'm willing to try that out. Hopefully the AI will choose that perk, because obviously I can't determine what they choose, because I currently have automatic decision making for the companions on, because obviously that's kind of to be expected, considering the fact that we are literally having so many of them. It's basically impossible for me to do them all unless I want to spend hours upon hours trawling through all of their stat sheets and menus and all manners of things. Anyway, let's go back to Pencannock real quick, because no doubt these guys are going to want to do something here. I will go into the dungeon, place all these prisoners in here for the moment. And I'm just going to wait here for some time. And we'll see whether this guy decides to go in. He is actually going in. This is very intriguing to me. Okay. This is one of those times where I'm very, very pleased that we have not made peace with the Botanians, because I really do enjoy these moments where we have a siege defense on our hands, and while we may indeed face, certain death, certain defeat, we may lose a companion or so, you never know what's going to happen. And personally, I'm wanting to find out, obviously. Anyway, I'd actually like to take a look at that roguery skill. Aha, there we go. That's the roguery skill I think that you were talking about. Unfortunately, I'm not sure whether a lot of companions are going to spec a huge amount into roguery in terms of their focus points. So it's maybe unlikely that they're going to get to 250, because that speed bonus effect is obviously fantastic if you're using, if you're using a lot of infantry or something like that. That's really going to make a huge difference to their damage. But the problem with that is that, again, I'm not sure whether they're going to spec into roguery. If we actually go through... Oh, this guy's actually specking into roguery. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so wait a minute. Does Distinguished Service actually make it so that your companions that you level up from the regular units, does it actually make it so that the focus points are spent a couple of focus points are spent in the thing that you specify? Because if that's indeed the case, then that's amazing, because that means that athletics, scouting, and roguery, and in his case throwing, are doing really, really well. Unfortunately, he's still going to take a long time to reach 250, and it's going to be highly unlikely that he'll ever reach that, which is actually kind of sad, to be honest. Oh no, this guy! Look at that! This guy's actually got it, but look at him! He is literally using fleet-footed, which is obviously not something that I really wanted him to use, because, oh dear, that's actually kind of bad. Anyway, yeah, I mean, technically he is actually on a horse, so obviously dash and slash probably not going to be the best thing ever, because it does require you to be on foot. But very interesting nevertheless to see that that guy actually did have enough points in roguery to be able to make it there, which is really nice actually. And I wouldn't have expected someone in roguery to even make it there, but yeah, thanks to Distinguished Service for, providing those focus points. That's really cool. Anyway, ooh, we are... this is kind of interesting. Okay, I think we'll probably be fine because we have a decent number of units in the garrison here. Oh my. Yes, there is Urgion. Oh, they abandoned it? Really? Oh yeah, it's because Thule is coming over. Ah yes, Thule is coming over to assist us. Oh, he's actually going into the fight. This is very interesting. Okay, so basically what that means now, if you can't tell, is that we are literally going to go into this fight, hopefully with minimal casualties. Obviously, I have no idea whether we'll have minimal casualties, probably, but let's just say that we have a decent amount. And then we may indeed want to go after Urgion himself. You can see here that we have Lundana and we have Thule. I'm actually going to see who he has in here. Okay, so he has the same people in his army that he had before. Lundana has a couple of others as well. Where is Lath? Where is Lath? Because he's one of the brothers, of course, one of the Shirasa brothers, and I would like to see where he is. No, not Lath the Blade, the other one. There we go. Okay, so he has 99 relation with us, as you can quite clearly tell. Where is... What? No way. He's not a Baron of the Vlandians? Obviously, he's not a Baron of the Vlandians. Well, the question is, where is he? He was last seen at Oretan. Where's that? Down here? Okay, why is... Question, why is he there? Why is he there? What is he doing? I have no idea, but okay, well... Whatever the case, I will be helping Thule, and Lath, his brother, will be lazing around next to Ox Hall, as he likes to do, for some reason. But yeah, he's going to be doing that. And after this, I'm going to go into Pencannock, and we will make a two-handed sword, okay? I'm going to make a two-handed sword, see if we can get some good skill gains with that. Obviously, I don't have too many focus points in it, so we may very well find that we're not that good at it. And I might have to level up a little to be able to make it work. Anyway, I'm just going to put these guys right here. Going to put my archers into a nice little loose formation as well. And I'm thinking, hey, hello there, sir. Oh, hello. Yeah, there we go. Take him down. I was thinking to myself, can I kill this guy at the slowest possible speed? Yes, it seems like I can, but I missed the first shot. How embarrassing. That was not particularly good, was it? No, not particularly slick or smooth or anything like that, so yes. Just embarrassing. Oh well, never mind. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Barney's used to it. He's used to being absolutely embarrassed by my wonderful, wonderful non-skills. Yes, it's literally, you know, it's like playing a game. It's like playing an MMORPG or something like that, and literally having someone do negative damage. You know what I mean? Having someone like me on the team is doing negative damage. And healing, that's the point, healing the enemy. You're doing so little damage that you're healing the enemy. That's exactly what I do in this game. Isn't that fantastic? Anyway, let's just see if I can maybe get a couple of... Ooh, nice, that was a nice hit right there. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually able to get a couple of kills with my mace on horseback. If I go straight into the opponent and I get into their hitbox, I can actually do quite a good amount, because most of the time I am at the perfect height to hit the enemy's head, and that obviously does massive damage, as you might expect. But quite clearly, we seem to be very much okay. And it doesn't seem like we are going to be having too many issues whatsoever in winning this fight. I mean, to be fair, my combat strength before we went in here kind of told the whole story, because the combat strength was so dramatically in our favor that we probably could have auto-resolved this and had a, well, pretty similar result. And generally the only reason why I'm not doing that is because companions do need to level up, they do need to gain skills, and you can see here that a number of our people are still wanting to level up. They still have the ability to level up, and yeah, I'm kind of giving them that opportunity right now. Alright, so I'm just going to speed things up. And that's going to be it. There we go. And look at this. A bunch of our people actually did get some kills. So let's get some Imperial Legionaries and a Batanian Wildling leveled up. And let's see what we can go for here. I think I'm going to go for the same thing that I did beforehand. So we're going to go for Roguery, and we'll go for Athletics. And then what else though? Tactics, I guess? Something like that. Let's go for Roguery, Athletics, and then Medicine or something. Alright. That is nice. Alright, so, yeah, did we lose anyone? Let me just have a quick look. I did lose 2 units, but I can assume that they are, yes, yep, they are just regular units. Alright, not bad, not bad. And I will be taking these guys prisoner once again. Basically, I'm taking, as you can no doubt probably tell by now, I'm basically taking every single person that I can get my hands on prisoner from the Botanians, because I want to try and prevent them from, well, doing anything, pretty much. That's going to be my strategy for the moment, especially against these kinds of enemies. You know, just try and make sure that they are completely shut down. And I'm saying completely right here. Yeah, absolutely completely. Okay, so let me just place a bunch of units in the garrison. I think that's probably fine. There we are. And now we have the ability... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yes, we do have the ability to go over there and see what we can do about assisting Lanark Hen Castle, but what I'm actually going to do first is we're going to go for a bit of a smithy. So just let me just wait a second real quick, because I want to see how many focus points... yes, I have 10. 10 skill in two-handed, and I have 1 focus point. I might be able to level up maybe twice, 3, maybe 4 times more, but then it's going to get hard. It's going to get very difficult to do that after that. So I'm not really holding out much hope for this. I probably should have done this way, way long ago if I wanted to end up using, you know, some kind of two-handed. Anyway, let's take a look here. Actually, you know what? Let me smelt some stuff first, because obviously we're going to then have the ability to utilize some new parts, possibly. Let's take a look and see if that is indeed the case. Yeah, it seems like there are a couple of swords and javelins, throwing knives, and things like that that I can smelt. The only problem is I don't have a huge amount of... what is this? Thameskeen steel, that's it. Don't have a huge amount of that, so I might have to smelt it if I can. And I'm obviously gaining smithing skill while I do this as well, which is actually quite... Well, it's pretty cool, you know, pretty nice. And let's just do this. There we go. And that. And there we are. Okay, so we're basically done with getting parts now, I believe. I have so many weapons in my inventory right now, as you might expect. Okay, so... Let's make something amazing, shall we? Let's make something really, really good. Okay, this is something that yeah, this looks really nice so far. Let me just make it a little bit larger. Oh. Okay, I already can't use it because I need Thameskeen steel. Oh, I can actually make Thameskeen steel. Fantastic. Okay, well, there you go. Now I can make this one sword. Fantastic. Okay. So the only problem comes if it requires more than just what I have. So it might be slightly problematic. Anyway, let me actually just take a quick look at what our stats are going to be. The swing speed is okay. The swing cutting damage is leaving a little bit to be desired, in my opinion. Is that because of this? Might be because of the handle. No. No, I'm not liking any of these, actually. I don't have a huge amount of handles. You see that? Look at that. I literally just have the one. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to use that then. And then I guess we'll just choose a pommel of some kind. I mean, you can see my difficulty is just... way too much. Way too much. Okay. Well, let's do something like this. The cutting damage is okay, swing speed's alright. I mean, it's not the greatest thing ever, but it will have to do. This is obviously going to lose some stats. Oh, it actually gained cutting damage, if you can believe it. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let's go for something like... it looks... What does it look like right now? Looks kind of pointy. Oh, yeah, you can kind of imagine what I'm going to call it, right? Because my history with naming things is, admittedly, extremely bad. So you could probably assume that I'm going to call it something like a sharp, pointy stick of doom or something along those lines. But no, I'm actually going to go for something a little bit better this time. So we're going to go for something like Darkness Blade. There we go. There we are. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Yes, me too. Me too. I know. Now, wait a minute. I'm just going to make one other thing so that I can level up my smithing. There we go. And there we have it. Okay, so now I have 161. I'm just going to check to see what that sword is like. There's the, oh wow, yeah, that's really nice. Look at that. Okay, yeah, so we made something pretty good, and I'm going to be using it. I will use it. Should I use a shield at the same time? I think I will use a shield at the same time, just for sieges and things like that, because if a siege does come up, then I would like to be able to block any potential arrows coming towards me. I think that's probably going to be kind of nice to do. And obviously we're going to be entering a field battle in a second, I can assume. Anyway, I'm just going to let some people equip some things. I need to make sure that no one ranged has equipped a horse, for example, this guy. Let's just lock that for him. And everyone else, I believe, is okay. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Why is this guy... He has no riding skill, right? Yeah, he has a little bit of riding skill, so technically he could be a rider, but I'm just going to leave him the way he is, because I think he's really good on his feet, so, you know, why would I want to change that, right? Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Okay, hello, friends. Let me see. They're actually working with me. I'm really surprised. Oh yeah, by the way, someone said that I should change my war strategy. Okay, so now here's the thing. I agree. I actually forgot about this. I actually forgot that I put it on offensive because I wanted to try and take as much of their fiefs as possible. So I was wanting people to be really, really aggressive. But in doing so, I didn't think about the defensive nature of the vassals. In other words, Fool's nature in the previous episode. Because if you recall, he literally decided to leave Charas just after he had taken it, and he completely left it alone by itself with a very minimal garrison, and then as a result it was able to be taken back by the opponent. So the best way for us to do things is probably unbalanced for the moment, because that's going to mean that the enemy will have a much harder time of dealing with us, because on the one hand we will have offense and we will also have defense, so we'll be a little bit more reactive, and in my opinion that's definitely something that I would like. So I'm just going to let these guys go in here. Going to let this guy go in as well. Just going to make sure everyone is joining the fray. And now I'm going to go in too. Alright, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Okay, so let me actually just take a quick look at my character screen, because I'm actually wondering whether I leveled up. Aha, yes. I leveled up my smithing, of course. But apart from that, nothing much else. This is useless for me because I actually have unlimited stamina enabled. If you didn't realize that, then, well, there you go, now you know. And I'm going to be increasing my vigor. There we go. Going to be increasing my vigor, of course. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, now this is a very even fight, in terms of numbers at least. Our combat strength is slightly better than the opponent, but that sometimes doesn't mean anything. I'm very interested to see the battle terrain. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yep, I think this is okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this tree line over here. It seems like the enemy is also doing the same thing, at least a little bit. But what I would like to do is have my archers be on the hilltop here, or at the very least get as much elevation as possible, and try to take cover from the various cavalry that are obviously going to attempt to harass them a little bit. So let's just see what I can do about that. Let's put these guys here. I'm going to actually tell them to face this direction. So let's do that. There we go. That's much better. And now I'd like to get some, a little bit of level up. Yes, a little bit of level up. Let me see if I can actually do that, because I have 10 in two-handed. Yes, 10 in two-handed. So this is going to be a rather rude awakening, shall we say. It's going to be really bad. Oh, no, that was actually okay. Oh, that was actually much better. Better than okay. Okay, very nice. So that's not too bad. And now, I'm going to tell my cavalry and my horse archers to charge in, and it seems like the enemy has already gained a height advantage against us, which I got to say is very disappointing. That means that they are going to have a much better time. Look at how much damage they're dealing to us right now. It's actually kind of insane how much damage one can deal if you get a good height advantage. And yeah, I know people have done things like analysis on a height advantage and whether that actually makes a huge difference or not. But personally, I think we can see the results for ourselves in these kinds of situations, you know, because it seems to me, I don't think it makes a huge difference when it comes to, shall we say, situations where you are completely outnumbered. Like a hill is not going to save your entire army if you only have 50 units and the enemy has 500. You know, that's just unrealistic. But generally, I think a hill is going to make your archers, crossbowmen, do a lot better from range. And I'm talking about long ranges here. Big ranges in comparison to short range. Because, for example, this hill right here, this is kind of short range. But you got to bear in mind that I'm also anticipating the fact that these enemies are actually going to try and run away. Because obviously they're going to try and run away. They're going to try and gain reinforcements. And the more effective range that our archers have, that's obviously better. You know, it's better for them because then they're going to be able to do more damage and they don't have to move as much and they can just focus on shooting at the opponent. And so that's the reason why hills and height advantage, in my opinion at least, from my own perspective, is a good thing to try and aim for. It is not the be-all and end-all, but it definitely makes a bit of a difference. And I would definitely say it helps. So, try to get it if you can, but if you can't, then try something else. Maybe try to, you know, just defeat the opponent just normally, but if they have infantry in front of their archers and your AI archers are shooting against the infantry, then obviously you're going to be in a bit of a spot of bother. And that's going to be a bit problematic, but yeah, that's a job for your cavalry then, I suppose. You know, try and dislodge the archers, maybe move the cavalry a little bit closer. Okay, I've got to be a bit careful here. Gonna try and run away. I'm gonna try and run away like a brave person, yes. I'm very brave, indeed. Oh, nice. That was a nice hit. How much two-handed skill do I even have right now? I have no idea, but it seems like it is a lot better than 10. I think I have about 120 now or something like that, so that's not too bad, I guess. But you can see here that it's very slow. We have, oh no, we actually have 174. Nice. Okay. I had no idea. That's great. That's really nice indeed. Okay, I need to get more kills. That's the thing. I need to get more kills. I am actually going to tell my archers to go into auto-delegate. Yeah, that's something that you haven't seen me do for quite some time. But generally, I think in this kind of situation, I think auto-delegate's probably going to be the best shot that we have at controlling them adequately. Because I don't really want them to be left alone up there. I actually want them to participate in the battle as much as they possibly can. So if I can tell them to auto-delegate to get them stuck in just that much more, then that is exactly what I'm going to do. Ow. Okay, I thought I died there for a second, but no, I did not. Okay, I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. The archers... I think we're routing them. I think we're routing them right now. That's fantastic. Oh, nice. Took out the Falxman before he was able to murder me. This guy is wanting to murder me too. Is he dead? No, he's actually dead. Never mind. It seems like he got shot off his mount and his mount died at the same time. So there we go. Okay, that's absolutely perfect. And maybe I can do some damage here. Yep, there we go. Nice. And I think we are good. Now, I'm going to be very interested to see what happens after this, whether we actually do have a couple of deaths. I mean, you've probably seen that if you've been looking at the top right. Maybe you've seen some people die. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been looking there because obviously I've been trying to do my best to stay alive. You can see my HP right now is just literally a sliver, so we are very close to death. A soft breeze could probably kill me right now. But there you go. We actually achieved victory. Fantastic. Very nice indeed. And now we're going to be leveling up 2 Battanian Fian champions. We're going to be giving them roguery and athletics. And what else? What else is good for them? Maybe smithing, actually, because I think they gain skills, don't they? I mean, attributes for smithing. So it might actually make sense for us to do something like that. Alright, so both of those guys are now part of our army, and let's take a look. No one seems to have died. No one has died. Okay, well, That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. But bear in mind that the more we get companions, the better. Because that means that I can eventually have my... well, shall we say, my overall goal of having an entire companion army. And I know we had one before, kind of. But I am still wanting to run around with, I don't know, 150? I don't know. 150, 180, maybe something like that. If I can, companions, that would be pretty fantastic. But yeah, I do need to see whether my my limits are actually lifted, because I do have a mod that enables me to have unlimited companions, but Chaos's Tweaks is also a thing that provides you with not unlimited companions, but it does increase the limit of how many companions you have. And I believe Chaos's Tweaks, thanks to one of you in the comments actually mentioning this to me, was interfering with that. And so I need to be careful. I need to be careful on that front. Anyway, my capacity has been exceeded right now in terms of my inventory, so I'm going to go very quickly over to Pencannock. And yeah, by the way, I left all those prisoners because I was actually hoping that some of our friends here would take some, and it seems like they have. As you can see, they do have a couple of prisoners. They took all that they could handle by the looks of things, which is the same as what I did. So that is perfectly fine. All right, let's go in here, place all the prisoners in there. There we go. 669 prisoners in there right now, which is pretty crazy. And I don't know whether did I get any people from here? No, I didn't get any people from here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All right, let's go into the inventory real fast, and we're just gonna lock these guys' horses, because obviously they are Battanian Fian champions, and they do have the, well, they do have this bow, and it is not usable on a mount. So there we are. Otherwise, we're just gonna be equipping everyone with what they can wear, and then we'll go in here and sell some stuff. And it's about time, isn't it? Okay, so everyone is good. Yep, everyone has equipped things from our inventory, and there we go. We're going to get another 346,000. Has everyone equipped everything from here? Yes, they have. So I'm going to be selling that as well. 449,000 we just gained. Very nice. And let me just take a quick look. Aradweir. It seems like he's the only guy that's still available. Oh, no. They still have... oh, no. They've actually recruited some mercenaries. I suppose I don't blame them. I really do not blame them for doing that. Alright, let's take a look at my two-handed perks, because, let's face it, we love two-handed, or at least I do. Okay, so let's have a look. It increases your damage with two-handed weapons by 30% against shields. So yeah, I'm actually going to be taking that. Increase your swing speed with two-handed swords by 3%. Yeah, I'll definitely be taking that. And also two-handed weapon attacks that deal damage over 25% of your opponent's hit points have a 30% chance to knock them down. I personally like that a whole bunch, so I will be taking that too. Increase 40% more damage to shields with two-handed weapons. That means we have 70% increased damage against shields, which is very nice. We're going to go for Berserker as well, because that increases your damage with two-handed weapons by 20% when you have less than half hit points, which is usually what I am at, which is always the case. And we can also get arrow deflection, which means that we can deflect arrows with two-handed swords by blocking, which is always nice. And, well, if it works, because I obviously have no idea how that works. And otherwise, your kills with two-handed weapons have a 30% higher chance on friendly troops' battle morale, or your kills with two-handed weapons have a 20% higher effect on enemy troops' battle morale. So enemy or ally, I'm going to go for enemy troops' battle morale, because we want to make them run away as fast as possible. I'm also going to be going for a speed damage bonus on foot when and if I'm actually able to get to 200 two-handed skill, because as you can see, I have a learning rate of 0%. So obviously that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, that is indeed a problem. Oh, look at that. Lath has actually started his own army. Fantastic. It seems like he's maybe not going to be stuck at home for very much longer then. Hopefully not, at least. Oh, look at this. This army is actually quite significant, amusingly enough. Alright, we might have a bit of a problem on our hands then, but maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, we seem to be doing alright. Oh, look at that, look at that. Nice. We have another child. Great. Okay, so Theraflade. Okay. Interesting. Let me actually just take a look at my companions. Okay, so yeah, I have 78 out of 21 companions. Okay, I'm going to have to do something about that. It seems like I don't have... apparently the unlimited companion mod is not working as it should, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, I'm going to have to tweak that a little bit, try and change it around somewhat. And there we go. So we've got another child, and wow, amazingly enough, this child has inherited every single trait from Liena, which is actually amazing. So that's going to be super nice to see when they grow up, hopefully. And otherwise, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. And what we're going to do next time is I will aim to eliminate this army. I'm not sure if I can do that by myself, but we're going to try. We'll try to do it by ourselves. And then what I'm going to do is I will probably institute some kind of offensive push action. So I'll basically change our war strategy to offensive once again, so that our forces know that they need to, you know, take these castles, take these towns as fast as they possibly can. And then we're probably going to try and take Maranath, Remtor Castle, and Sionen as fast as we possibly can, because they are usually really good fiefs to take. Generally, they have very good economies, and they're just generally good and decent. And then we'll see what we can do after that. But otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.